Continuing our many adventures, we bought a fire truck back in 2015. Right, I'm just about all set up. It's coming dark now. Got my meal on. Sausage with rice. It's I would say it's about -10 now. Well, wrong when I said it was -4 earlier. It was actually -8, dropping to -9. So it's going to be well below freezing, maybe about -20 tonight. I don't know. So a quick meal, and then I'm going to get set up in camp. We're up early in the morning. We're up for 6 o'clock, I think. So we'll be off for 6:30. So that'll be a little bit cold on the finger like toes. Putting the tent in the morning, but we'll see. So yeah, this is it. I'm all set up. When I'm approached by a stranger who asks about the camper, and we fall into the deep conversation of pros and cons, one question that is always missed is how and why we arrived at this beast of a machine. This is me, 2010, without the beard. On this particular trip, I went with a friend of mine who was driving a G4 Discovery. The trip crossed the Arctic Circle, where we saw many beautiful towns and met a few strange people. The wildlife was fantastic, and this is our destination. Well, more like this. And this all had to be done before sunset. Well, thanks for joining us, guys, on this one. While sorting out the laptop, I came across some old footage off an old Sony camera. This was actually filmed back in 2010, so apologies in advance for the picture quality and the sound quality. However, I think the footage I've got and the storyline is quite interesting, so bear with us on this one. We're going into his parking space. The story starts down at Harwich as we board the ferry to go to Denmark. The vehicle that I'm driving is a TD5 Landrover Defender. So tag along, guys, and thanks very much, and we'll see you at the other side. These are the cabins. You've got 4 beds. They're the drop down bunk beds. TV. Then in here we've got the bathroom. Disco lights. We've got a sink. And a shower. That's the first day over with. So I'm now on the ferry. We're somewhere off the coast of Essex. It's it's about 10 o'clock at night. I've just finished reading a couple more chapters of my book. So it's lights out, and we've got a long drive tomorrow. We've got to drive about 8 hours, but we're not starting until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we're going to be at the hotel tomorrow night quite late. So we don't dock till about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so I want to say good night. It's a start to another adventure, and it's going to be a good one, I hope. Okay, so I want to say good night. Right, morning. Slept alright last night, even though you could tell there was quite a large swell. But after seeing that, slept alright, so I'm ready for the big drive today. I've just had a shower. We're not docking till 1 o'clock, so we've got about 4 hours yet before we can actually do anything. But I'm going up for breakfast. I'm suspecting the cafe up there is going to be quite empty, because I think there'll be a few people would have been seasick during the night. So, but breakfast time is day 2. Right, we've been in Denmark now for about an hour, and we're driving east and making our way to Sweden. We've just come up to this huge bridge, which I'm going to show you now. Sure that we are going to pass lots of bridges and lots of waterways in the future, but so I'll turn the camera on now, and then you can see some of the train that we're driving through. Very nice, the sun's out. The place called Middelfart. Passed over into Sweden. This is the Malmö Bridge. I think it's about 17 kilometres long. We've got a wind farm to the right. A nice sunny evening. It's day 2 and we've made Sweden, so I think things are good. We should be in Norway for tomorrow evening. We're going up past Oslo, so things should be good. We've got a lot more snow around now. When you look into the fields, you probably won't be able to see them with the camera, but all along the edge bottoms and so on, you know, the snow at the sides of the road, you can just see it here. Temperature outside is about 5 degrees at the moment, so not much more than, or not much lower than what it is in England. So I'll turn on the camera maybe tomorrow, and like I say, all being well, we should see Norway. I think this is where they had the 92 Winter Olympics, if memory serves me correct. So people would say, what are you going to Norway for? Cold up there. True, but you do get days like this when it's sunny. Absolutely gorgeous here. we've just had a quick tea break and a bite to eat. So we're going to return to the main road now, which is the E6, and make his way up to Bordeaux, or Bordeaux, I think I may pronounce it. So we're in Norway now. I'm sure it will left wing. Yeah, we're in Norway now. Still on the E6.
In 5 miles, keep left onto E6.
Half a mile away and go left. Yep, and much colder outside. It's beautiful blue skies, and yeah, the snow. So some of these tunnels that we're passing through, the one we've just come through are about 3.8 kilometres long. This one's 3.7. So we're going under some large mountains. But all's well. Well, we've just seen some more moose. You can see them just moving in the distance there. Well, we're actually quite close to the road. Is them? Oh, that's one there, look, just walking away. I know it's... I'd have put it on digital zoom. Moose. Right, just for reference, these are the main roads, and we're not nowhere near the Arctic Circle yet, but over to the right in the sun we've got England Fjord. So it's coming around this corner. Here we are. Today started off snowy, about 6 inches of snow on the vehicle this morning, and now we've got clear blue skies. This is it, I'm all set up. Okay. It is a clear night tonight, so chances are, if you have any activity, then I've got a good chance of seeing it. The thing is, I always talk about the squelchiness of snow, but you can see or hear how that sounds a bit like polystyrene. Right, okay, time to eat. So here we are then, camping out in the Arctic. It's -9 at the moment. Just checked with Wayne Brown's thermometer on his Discoverer. I've just got changed into all my base layers and that, ready for tomorrow, because I think, yeah, it's definitely getting colder up here. You can probably see from the steam off my breath now. For lighting, I've just got one gas lamp, one tea light which I'm keeping here all night, and that's the warmth I've got. Apart from a good sleeping bag and my base layers and everything. So up at 5 in the morning, want an early start. It's I think it's 7:30 at the moment, so an early night tonight. Early night, early start. So we'll see you in the morning. Good night. I've survived the night. It dropped down to -12 in the night, and yeah, I was okay in my sleeping bag, I was okay in my tent, but yes, it was cold. I mean, even stopping for like small lunch breaks now, I mean, it's too cold to get your camera out to like take pictures or anything like that. You know, it's really cold. I am dressed different now. I've got my ski trousers on. I've got my winter jacket on. The gloves are on all the time when you step out of the vehicle. It is so cold. Now I know, like now it's -6. Now -6 isn't really cold, but here, you know, there's a slight wind as well, which probably making it a little bit cooler. But you know, everything's starting to freeze now as well. Even though I had a small heater, or a small candle lit in my food box, my milk is actually frozen. The water in the fridge, the water in the cab, sorry, has frozen solid this morning. Lucky enough, I filled the kettle last night, so things are very cold, which you do expect. You can see the roads what we're driving on. 90% of the time it is all iced over. The speeds what we're doing anything in between, we're doing just over 50 mile an hour, about 53 on these roads. And we're going faster than that, we're doing about 62 on some of the straight sections, slowing down for some of the corners. The tyres on both vehicles seem to be coping quite well. Just got to pay attention, keep your distance, and you know, try to think early, really. Anticipate bad corners, slow down. But I'm quite sure you can look, you know, looking around, you can see the mountains, you can see the villages, some of the rivers. We've seen moose this morning. I've got some pictures of moose to show you. But it's all looking quite nice, and every mile we're taking is getting more and more barren. We're seeing less and less cars all the time, so we're actually on our way up to Tromsø now. Hopefully I think we'll be camping just after Tromsø, rather than stopping in Tromsø itself. So hopefully by tomorrow, all being well, depending on the roads and the conditions, we should be reaching Nordkapp. That's providing whether it's open and we can get there or not. So you can see the ice on the lake, like mini icebergs. Well, we've come, we're on our way up to Tromsø, and we've just come to the Ferry Port. It looks like we may have just missed the ferry, I'm not sure. We shall see. The ferry's just pulled out.
In 0.2 miles, Old Ferry.
There's another ferry by the looks of it. Yeah, that's one ferry just going there. Look. There we are.
Old Ferry.
Yeah, sat nav just said board the ferry and it's just gone. So I don't know whether there's a timetable or not, but we shall have to have a look. Bugger, just missed one. Ah well. This is part of the E6, the motorway, or the main road up to Tromsø. So we've left to board a ferry, which is a real comedy moment where we get all the tables and chairs out and starts having lunch, and then the ferry turns up, so we have to like throw everything in the back of the Land Rovers and then quickly board the ferry. But, it's a roll and roll off. There's the vehicles, and the journey takes 25 minutes. Well, we're just coming on this road here, and we keep passing caribou. I can show you these here. These are actually wild. A little bit a distance off the road actually, but there you are. You can see them. I can zoom in a bit. See if I can find them first. You can see some walking there, look. Some over there. A bit warm in here now. Okay, the plan of attack tonight is to drive through the night up to Nordkapp. We've got 350 miles left to do. The idea is we're going to drive, stop, and have a nap in between. Reason being is we're checking to an hotel or camp. We'll be sleeping at night, and that's when we're going to miss the Northern Lights. So we're stopping in half an hour, have a tea, have a cup of tea, then we'll drive and so on and like. We'll just take the time off, and by tomorrow morning we'll be at Nordkapp. And here's today's weather. Not really. Morning. We were lucky last night. We saw the Northern Lights. So really pleased about that. So we drove till about 2 AM this morning, just to try to cover some distance and see whether there were going to be any more light shows for us. So needless to say, we're forwarding a lay-by and we've camped in his vehicles. The time is now 5:15 in the morning, so the kettle's on and we're going to start having a cup of tea before we start chomping down some more miles. Nice morning, you can see. We've camped outside of a fjord. kettle on. Mr. Brown's off in front. It's cold this morning. We're down to about -15, I would say. I got a few degrees when that sun breaks over that hill. But it's so cold. I mean, even with gloves on, you know, your fingers get cold and everything. So sleeping with your clothes on and everything. So good. Good. So I'll put the camera on later for you. Beautiful out here this morning. Tell you what, let's have some music on.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
There's only one problem with coming up here and it being so cold. Is that bloody things like through, although you'll get a week out of them, the bloody absolutely rock hard. And you've got to put them on your dash and put the heater on full power and get them there, you know, so you can actually bloody eat them. So there's the pair.
Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.
Well, this is it, the E69. This is taking us to Nordkapp. You can see the snow blowing across the road here. The temperatures this morning down to -22. So you can appreciate how cold that is. We're currently 59 miles away from Nordkapp. Surprising how well maintained the roads are. Current mileage is 2,400 miles. That's from leaving home in the UK. These tunnels have roller shutter doors on. They've just actually gone up now. You can't comprehend how big these tunnels are, but I'll try to show you. Alright folks, there we have it. One snow plough. And we have one coach full of bloody tourists. So all being well, We've got to stick in a convoy, snow plough, coach, and then there's be 3 of us, 3 vehicles. So we're going to stick in convoy. It's 7.7 mile to Nordkapp, which is what we've got there, 13 kilometres. Well, I don't think you can get more barren than this. We have got a little bit of a VIP treatment now. We've got the snow blower, the snow plough up in front, clearing way. It's very hard to see through my camera, but you can actually see anything. It's that white up here. Like we're on top of the world. Bloody hell, can't see. The snow is blowing over this embankment, and it's just blinding out the car in front. So if the car in front stops for some reason, I'll be joining them in the back seat. And this is what I've come here for. A lot of wine. The last mile or so, we can see Nordkapp up on top of the hill. Well, I can, now the yourselves can. So this is it, this is what we've come to see. I know there's a few of you who will be back home scratching your head, asking why. It's because we can, and because we do.
Arriving at Valley.
There we are. That's it. Quite a distance, just to come to see that.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. You and I, the future is bright. Oh, you and I, we got it. Oh, we don't need no more. Oh, even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.